Hey up them woodlanders. How's your day going? I'm busy struggling with a bag full of logs here. Welcome to woodlog number 8. Where we finally finish off on the Coppice in Rosseston. We work our way through the storms of Storm Eunice and all the other storms. I've also got a little bit of woodwork for the bedroom to finish off. Right, so I've just managed to finish cutting the last bit of hazel in that coupe that we've been in. It's been a miserable day today, as in weather, typical British wet. Anyway, shan't moan any more about that. Karen's been with us, which has been great. She's managed to stack up. She got a bit wet as well, so she got fed up as well. We're in this bit that I've just finished cutting. What I'm going to do is go over towards these apple trees, and then you can look over my shoulder at what we've been doing. So if I pop myself into the corner of the screen, you'll see I've just finished cutting this last little bit of hazel. Wait a minute, let me try something. There we go. So I flipped you around. Hope that didn't hurt too much. So yes, you'll see an awful lot of orange spots. So I've been marking up this afternoon, and I tell you what, there's some oak trees to come out of here. They're all just the little coupes. These tiny little coupes are just way too shaded. So yeah, there's some thinning work to be done in here. And she's been stacking up over there, over that way. That's it. And then been stacking up there as well. So yeah, there's a fair bit going on. So this is the willow area that we saw a couple of weeks ago, and looking back down the coppice and looking at all the orange spots. Just a bit on the wet side this morning. We've had a lot of rain overnight again, and where you can see the state of that. It's sort of firm underneath on this ground, but it's just a bit on the wet side this morning. And we've got another storm coming this weekend, so today's Friday. And by the time this gets edited, the concentrate. By the time this gets edited, the storm will be long gone, and hopefully the damage cleared up. But yeah, where we are in Derbyshire, we're on about 65-mile-an-hour wind this afternoon, and heavy rain. So that is what I used to call a firewood day, which means there's going to be lots of trees down, lots of branches. And I'm going to try and stay away from that if I can. So I've got some work, so I've got to get some beam poles out this morning while I can. That's why I'm going to load up and do the beam poles just now. And then today's a bit of a mixed bag day. So once I've got the beam poles out, there we go. We are here. Then beam poles. Let me think. Then I've got to try and dress the rest of the rods, because I want to try and get them done today if I can. We've got rain forecast at lunch between 11 and 12, so that gives me about 3 hours to try and get the rods dressed. If I can get them dressed, bundled and out of the woodland, I'll be glad about that, because that means I'm pretty well clear of all stuff in the woodland is out. It's just on the edges. Then they're on about heavy rain and high winds, so if I can, I'm going to try and box up some charcoal up at our woodland. that's another job I want to try and get done. That means I can do that undercover. That's why I built the shelter, my little barn I call it. And then if it does stop raining this afternoon and the wind does die down again, I might do a little bit of brush cutting, because there's not much else I can do. I can't fell trees when it's 40-mile-an-hour winds. But I've got some bramble I've got to knock off, so that's another option this afternoon. And if it gets really, really bad and I get fed up, then I'll be going home and I'll be editing some more videos. So it's just one of those days where I just don't know which way it's going to go, because it's all dependent on the weather. Bean poles next. Nice to get up to 100 subscribers. That's no pressure on you as viewers to subscribe. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. However, if we do get to 100, then some people say you do giveaways and things like that. Now I just spin you around and call you. I'm hoping the wind isn't so bad up against this tree. So yes, 100 subscribers. Some people do giveaways and such. Please don't comment yet, because I'm not giving anything away yet. And then another option is to do a special video about perhaps some information you want to know about me, or about the woodland or woodlands in general. You're welcome to ask questions, so by all means comment in the section below about what you'd like me to include in a video for a 100 subscriber celebration. I honestly don't mind, so let me know what you think. So it'd be nice to get up to 100 subscribers. Of course, each new milestone we get new opportunities. Today's mission is, I've just done the beam poles. Today I've got to dress these hazel rods. So I think that's in shot. Those ones there, if I just spin round, there's a couple of bundles there I've got to do, and I want to try and get them done before the rain comes. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to rattle on and get these dressed, and hopefully we can get these out of the woodland then. If I just give you a gentle spin round so you're not going too dizzy, you'll see that we've pretty well extracted everything. There's lots of oaks to cut down, and I finished cutting the coppice over in that direction over there, look. I'll try with the wind, hoping to try and get a microphone sorted. Anyway, on stormy days like today, where really hot, well for us high winds, I mean it's not quite hurricane weather, but for the UK, 50, 60 mile an hour can be quite damaging. It's always a source of anxiety. Worse in the night because I don't sleep. If you're like, the greenhouse is going to be halfway across the street, and for woodland owners it's always a source of anxiety. These woodlands here are pretty resilient because it's hardwood mostly. They're quite youngish, only 20 years old. We're in the lowlands particularly, not in a highland area. But for woodland owners, the wind can just annihilate whole swathes of trees. And the clean-up operation afterwards, it can be really devastating. And we've never had anything like that before. We've had odd trees down and clear up, or we've had the tops snap out. But yeah, it can be really stressful. I'd be interested to know if you own woodland, or if you work in some woodland, how storms have affected you. By all means, share a comment. Be interested to see how you get on. That wind is getting very, very strong. We had the trees sort of bending over in half. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to stay in this bit. I think the oaks are alright. It's where these pines behind me come down. because they're like great big wind sails. I'm sure you can see that in the background. The wings are bending over. And that's it, all bundled up in here, and the rain's just starting to pour down. So I managed to just get it done in time, which is excellent news. So give you a quick spin round and bundled everything up. Got some P6 out of it as well, which is good. Just having a quick storm units update. We're sort of in the eye of the storm at the minute. I'm certainly not going to go inside the trees. I'm just going to have a look from a distance. I can pretty well stay safe out here at this bit. Sometimes these larches go over in the wind. They're one of the first ones to get uprooted. They are. The pines tend to snap, and the larches tend to just wallop straight over. Upturns the root plate and everything. But I can't say anything. Just like a quick visual check. And that's all fitted. All I've got to do now is just put the oak pegs in the holes, and I've got to cut the end down by 6 inches. I got an hour this morning before I got nip up the woods. Thanks ever so much for watching another woodlog this week. Remember, if you're able to, get out and enjoy some woodland this week. See you on the next one.